Good evening. Floppas Construction. I know most of you aren't in it, but it's a Discord server that I made about a year ago. This video isn't going to be like my other videos. This is going to be an important video that I've been wanting to make for a long time. Now, I'm not making this video just to advertise Floppas Construction, but I am making this video simply to spread awareness on who you should talk to online. So, if you don't know where I'm going with this, today I'm going to be talking about the C3nter incident in Floppas Construction. So, we'll have to start from the very beginning. It's 2022, and the game Slap Battles is huge. Me and my best friend Book were playing this game like there was no tomorrow. It was so fun to us, and one day we decided to do something different. Us being the little silly kids that we were, we decided that we wanted to make a group. So, in Roblox, we decided to make our avatars an apron with a picture of Floppa on it and a construction hat. We would then go into Slap Battles games and get the wall glove, then start building away and annoying people. Well, we did this for about 2 more years. Yeah, I know, huge time yet. But we had taken a break from doing it for about a year. But we decided to start doing it again since everyone actually loved what we were doing. People were actually joining in, and it was pretty fun. But here is where all things change. One day, Book asked me if I wanted to make a group, an actual group. A group where we would just troll in slap battles with that Floppa apron on. I thought it was a great idea. I got a few people to work on it with me, like Glabbit, who's one of my childhood friends along with Book, and we started working on the server over the summer of May 30th, 2024. It was done. The server was done. We had made so many text channels. By the day of January 3rd, 2024, the server was complete. There was a main chat, memes channel, rizzing channel even. We had a whole important stuff category, and we were even working on a bot for the server. It was perfect in my eyes, and I was so excited to see what people would join the server. To get my first member, I went into Slap Battles to advertise the server. This guy came up to me and he said he would like to join the server. This was our first member. He is the OG. I'm very grateful for him. Then even more people started flowing in, one after another. Soon we had around 30 members, and everything was going good. The server kept growing all throughout the summer, gaining more and more members each day. We kept the server going as usual. Everything was normal until July came right at us. At 4:07 p.m. July 7th, 2024, C3nter joined the server. I was connected to C3nter in some way. I have a best friend named Mystic, and C3nter was Mystic's best friend. Everybody loved C3nter. I mean, he was funny, nice, every good thing you can ask for in a member. And even I liked him when he first joined. Now, right around this time, I was talking to a girl named Star. You know, that kind of talking. She also joined the server around the same time that he did. A little after C3nter joined, I got a call from Mystic. Mystic told me that he invited C3nter because C3nter was thinking about boosting the server. Alright, are you gonna boost the server? Sure. What do I get in return? I asked him what he wanted in return. Purple asked if he wanted announcement perms, and he said, "All right." He actually boosted the server. He did it once, then twice, then the third time, and he kept going. He boosted the server 16 times. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that someone would boost the server that many times. We were all the way up to level 3 on server boosting. We immediately put him in the management team. We were so happy. This was one of the best days in Floppas Construction history. But as good as things got, there still was a bit of an issue later on. Everything went normal. Everybody was celebrating, talking in main chat, and praising C3nter for his acts of kindness. I hopped on call with Mystic to celebrate and talk about the future of Floppas Construction. I mean, we were set. We had everything we needed to make a popular and good server. There were many members joining the server at this time, but one of them in particular stood out to me. One man by the name of Luffy joined the server. C3nter is the one who invited this guy. Within 10 minutes of in the server, he was already arguing with a staff member. The staff member's name is Purple. These two were arguing over God knows what, and it was getting pretty heated. Once I saw that this was happening, I told my staff members to stop the argument, while I went to go eat dinner. Now, this is where some weird things start to happen. When I get back, I get a DM from Purple saying that he got banned from Floppas Construction. I looked into it, and Luffy was the one that banned him. I was so confused. This man had been a normal member for only 10 minutes, and he somehow banned Purple. I immediately questioned all my mods, and C3nter was the one that came out guilty. C3nter had apparently accidentally given him the co-owner role. I was highly suspicious, because that's not something that you accidentally give someone. He said he only gave it to Luffy for a couple of seconds, which is oddly suspicious as well, because Luffy immediately banned Purple as soon as he got the co-owner role, which means he must have been ready to get the role. We did immediately ban Luffy. Something fishy was going on here, and I had to get to the bottom of it. Things only got more weird from here on out. Me and my moderators noticed that someone was deleting messages in main chat. The weird part is, it didn't show who deleted those messages in the audit log. I believe that it was C3nter deleting these messages for some reason. All of Luffy's messages that were in Floppas Construction were just deleted. They were wiped off the entire server. C3nter was also acting very strange during this whole thing. He just acted like he didn't care. He was acting way too chill about what was going on. Almost like he was in on the whole thing. He was saying things like, "I removed the role. He was my friend. Just give him another chance. It's my fault." Obviously, this was all highly suspicious, and something had to be going down. They had to be planning something. But no one thought of anything. No one thought of anything like that, since C3nter had just boosted the server 16 times. Everybody loved him. He had everybody under his grasp, including me. But since everybody loved him, we had no choice but to forget about it and wait for the next day. After we banned Luffy, things were normal for the following night. Actually, it was the most active I had ever seen the server for a couple of hours. So many people were talking in main chat, and I was super happy to see that Floppas Construction was at its peak. Its peak? Its peak. One night had passed since all of this happened. The day started normally. I woke up, started my morning routine, and got on the server. I discussed more about the server with C3nter, and for the next couple of hours, everything was going normally and smoothly. But there was a problem. So you see, you remember that star person that I was talking about earlier, right? Well, she DM'd me some pictures of C3nter sending her inappropriate messages. Here's one of the images. He wanted her to go on a call with him and his friend so they can do inappropriate things. This disgusted me, and this is the moment where I didn't like C3nter anymore. Moments later, I got another screenshot of C3nter telling Star that he would pay her if she did that. Obviously, I stormed into C3nter's DMs and sent him those screenshots. He was scared, and he begged me not to demote him. He was lucky not to get banned from the server. But since I'm a forgiving guy, I demoted him for a little bit to mod. He sent me messages of how mad his friends were since he boosted the server so many times. I had already promised him that he would get back up in the rankings once he gained my trust. This is the point where everything starts to fall apart. C3nter is angry about me demoting him to mod. So in order to get revenge on me, he decides to grab Star's IP address, and personal information off of a link that she clicked. She sent me a screenshot concerned for her personal space. I could not believe it. This guy is a legitimate psychopath, one of the most childish people I've ever seen. C3nter sent me a message of all of Star's personal information. He said his friends were threatening to leak her information if I didn't unban them from the server. I asked what his friend's name was, and he said he couldn't disclose it. I had no idea what he was talking about, since he literally just said that if I unban his friend, they won't leak the information that they have. I told him that he will disclose it to me, or I will find out myself what his name is. I was really confused as to why Jamal wanted to be in the server. He had no reason to be in the server, and he had no reason to want to be in the server. But I eventually found him, and I unbanned him. But, as always, all things had to go wrong. The conversation kept getting more heated, and it kept going. This went on for about another hour of me and C3nter just arguing, until they finally snapped. C3nter and his friends had put all of Star's personal information on Doxbin. If you don't know what Doxbin is, it's a website on the dark web where you can dox people. If you don't know what doxing is, it's posting someone's personal information online without their permission, which, keep in mind, is also illegal. C3nter knew that he was getting banned from the server, so he decided to go in every single text channel in Floppas Construction and spam Star's personal information everywhere. But we banned C3nter from Floppas Construction, and we deleted all the messages that he sent that had her personal information. Yes, we lost all of our boosts that C3nter gave us, but we knew that we had to do the right thing. Everyone's respect for C3nter had just dropped to zero. His reputation had disappeared because of that one thing that he just did. Even though we lost all of our boosts, we were still determined. We were still a growing server, and we were confident in ourselves that we can make this server big without all those boosts. I called Mystic to discuss what had just happened and how we were going to bring the server back up. Mystic was so disappointed in C3nter. Like I said earlier in the video, C3nter was Mystic's best friend. Now this call went on for about an hour. Mystic did tell me that C3nter was sending him messages, and he shared his screen, but we eventually ended the call, and nothing really happened for a little bit. When I look back at Floppas Construction, I see everybody was talking about this. Everybody was talking about what had just happened and what the concurrent situation was. We didn't know what was up ahead. We didn't know what the future held for Floppas Construction. We had no clue of what was going to happen next. A little while later, I got a message from Mystic. He said C3nter is making alt accounts to join the server. Be aware. Mystic then told me that C3nter was gonna leak my info when he gets into the server. The good news is, he didn't have an invite link, so he was gonna have to try to find one in order to get into the server. A few minutes later, I got another message from Mystic. He told me that C3nter was planning to nuke the server. If you don't know what nuking a server means, it's basically where someone uses a high-tech and exploited bot to delete all messages and all channels and ban everybody in the server. This thing breaks the server so much that it's beyond usable after it happens. I couldn't even begin to imagine how I would feel if that happened to Floppas Construction. This is where I started to take things a lot more seriously. This is where everybody started to take things a lot more seriously. C3nter continued to threaten us by saying he's going to nuke the server. We had to be alert. Anybody that could join the server could be C3nter in disguise. We had to be careful. Floppas Construction, the server that I made and worked so hard on, all of the devs worked so hard on, was being nuked by no other man but C3nter. I immediately spam pinged announcements telling everybody that the server was done and it was getting nuked. Everybody was going crazy. Everyone was in mass panic mode. For only the couple months that we had this server, I loved it so dearly, and it was the thing that kept me going all summer long. We had to fight back. We immediately changed the invite link 10 times. We were pressing the change invite link button like there was no tomorrow. We had to stop C3nter from nuking. I got this safety moderation bot and added it to the server, and I started working on it non-stop. We banned everybody that was associated with C3nter, and there was a few people that were actually associated, and they could have gotten the invite link. It took me about 40 minutes to set up the moderation bot, although Mystic had been texting C3nter, and C3nter said that the bot that I was setting up was easy to bypass. But that didn't matter. We had changed the invite link. The battle had already been won. We told everybody to go mass report C3nter. We also made sure to rub it in C3nter's face by letting him know that everybody in Floppas Construction was mass reporting him to Discord. This made him scared, and it made him change his identity. He changed his name, his profile picture, and his bio, which I think is hilarious, because that's not going to save you from Discord banning you. C3nter eventually stopped threatening us, because he got too scared, although the bot that I installed in the server seemed to have messed up all the permissions and all of the channels, and it actually took a couple of weeks to get it fixed. But the point is, Floppas Construction survived. And so, a year later, here we are. We've come a long way since then. We've gained a lot of members too. But then again, we're just the same old server. Nothing has truly changed. We're still the same old hangout server like we were a year ago. I would like to give some honorable mentions. Our server coder is named Glabbit. He's really good at coding, and he's really funny too. Sir Meteorite, who made all this cool fan art that you're seeing right now, and he's also been a valuable member to the server. And Mystic, he is a manager, and he works pretty hard, so yeah. Then, of course, Book, the co-owner of the server, he basically founded Floppas Construction. Although we are still the same server and nothing has really changed, we are still growing. We have room for change, and we have time to gain members, and I'm really excited to see the future of Floppas Construction. and what will happen next.